Welcome to GatorsZone.com. I'm Chris Harry alongside Scott Carter. Vanderbilt's 34-17 victory at homecoming last week extended Florida's losing streak to 4 games. Should the Gators want to break that losing streak, and they do, they'll have to do so at Williams-Brice Stadium against the 12th-ranked Gamecocks and a familiar foe in old Gator coach Steve Spurrier. It should be a tough climb for the Gators this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, South Carolina is obviously still playing for the SEC East, so Florida's going to have to go up there and play probably their best game of the season and avoid some of the mistakes that we saw against Vanderbilt. Those 4 turnovers, 3 interceptions, they really put them in a hole against Commodores, one they never recovered from, and obviously extended the losing streak to 4 games. And this is a program now that's just looking for something good to happen, and a win at South Carolina would certainly be a good place to start.
Well, the good news doesn't extend necessarily on the field when it comes to injuries. Quarterback Tyler Murphy is questionable with a shoulder injury that got worse in that Vanderbilt game. It could be Tyler Murphy, it could be Skylar Morningweg. Game day decision. Which direction do the Gators go here, do you think?
Yeah, just in talking to Coach Will Muschamp and offensive coordinator Brent Pease this week, it does sound like a game time decision. I mean, Tyler Murphy was unable to practice on Monday and Tuesday. They were hoping maybe today to get him back out there and see if he could test his shoulder, but right now, Skylar Morningweg, either way, we may see our first glimpse of him on Saturday. He's a redshirt freshman. He's a kid out of Philadelphia. A lot of people know his father, Marty Morningweg, currently the offensive coordinator of the New York Jets. But we don't know much about Skylar as far as since he's been at Florida, he's kind of just been down the depth chart. And, Saturday could be his chance to get on the field and see if he can make a difference against the Gamecocks.
First snap could be looking across the line of scrimmage at a gentleman by the name of Jadeveon Clowney. Tell us a little bit about that guy. Tell us a little bit about the Gamecocks defense.
Yeah, I mean, if Morningweg does play, it seems unfair to have to go against Jadeveon Clowney in your first career appearance. But, I mean, obviously Clowney is on everyone's All-American list. He hasn't exactly racked up the sacks that we saw last year, but he's still making plays. He makes everyone around him better. And the South Carolina defense, I mean, it obviously rallies around what he brings, the pressure he puts on the quarterback. He's just a playmaker. With Florida's offensive line being somewhat battered here late in the season, I mean, it's going to be a huge challenge, especially, for your tackles. Max Garcia on the left side, Trenton Brown on the right side. I mean, those guys would have to contain the edge, and that's never an easy assignment when Jadeveon Clowney is over on the other side.
On the other side of the ball, South Carolina's quarterback Connor Shaw, maybe one of the toughest guys in the SEC. Gators will have their hands full defensively, and down another guy, Antonio Morrison, inside linebacker, out for the season with a knee injury last week.
Yeah, we thought we might get through one of these segments without talking about an injury, but it didn't happen. Antonio Morrison went down with a knee injury last week against Vanderbilt, finished the game but had surgery yesterday. He's out for the year. 7th Gator starter, done for the year. And Connor Shaw, he had a signature game earlier this year when they were out in Missouri. He came into the game, he had been injured, he came into the second half, led South Carolina to a big win. That's why they're still talking about their SEC title host, because of that win. So obviously a tough assignment again for Florida defensively. They're just going to have to get some of these young guys like Jerry Davis, who will start in place of Antonio Morrison. Some of those guys are going to have to grow up real fast.
We'll see if they do grow up. Scott Carter will be in Columbia, South Carolina for that game. I'll be here with the Gator basketball team for their game at 4:30 against Arkansas Little Rock, followed by the football game. It'll be a Gator Zone doubleheader. Share it with us. Thanks.